All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday. How's everybody doing? It's been a slow day today, hasn't it? I mean, looking at the stock market, it's like there's low volume, just not much happening. Kind of the same with crypto too. We had all the excitement early this morning, and now it's just kind of hanging out. So I thought on a Friday, I'd start a little early and we would just hang out too. Just hanging out. We got a lot to talk about, always. And one of the things that keeps coming up is, where's Dogecoin's price going to go? Or how can I get rich? Am I going to get rich? Where's Dogecoin going? So we're going to talk about all that. I had this guy in the comments on this morning's video who was just like telling other people who are commenting on my video to get real and Doge isn't going to do anything and blah, blah, blah. And I interjected myself and I was just like, dude, Go take your crap somewhere else. We can't keep it real here. And he's like, oh, all these people talking about $20 Dogecoin and all to the moon. And I'm just like, yeah, we don't talk about $20 Dogecoin here. We show other people talking about $18 or $20 Dogecoin. And what do I always say? No. Way too early for that. Way too early to talk about that stuff. Let's see if we can even get to $1 first, and then we'll take it from there. I show Doge to $3 as being realistic in terms of its comparison with ETH and Bitcoin in terms of its total market cap. And we can look at that again if you want. But can you get rich? Can you get rich? So it all depends on when you buy in, really. What price did you buy in at and how much are you up already? Are you continuing to add to your stack? All of that. But if you're buying now at 31.5 cents, where Dogecoin is right now, double, triple, yeah, that's good. But like the 10x, 100x, that was 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, I made a video, and that video was called, Will Dogecoin Make Me Rich? It was in October 2022. And the price of Doge at that time was 5.9 cents. Because I was already thinking, this is bear market. It's been a tough bear market. We already had like the Luna crash and Voyager and Celsius. We didn't know FTX was coming. But Doge was hurting really bad there. It was right before Elon Musk bought Twitter. And I made this video. And that is where I had in my mind the idea of, at least in my point of view, I can change something in my life. And that was to become totally debt-free. Because I've been working on it over the years. And I've been building up, like paid off my car, paid off my credit card debt. I did that first. Paid off the credit card debt, paid off the car, but I was still a mortgage, paying a mortgage on a house. And I'm like, that's the last thing I really need to do. And that's the big one, to be debt-free, is to not have those mortgage payments. And that's when I started to formulate this whole thing about wealth building and can I really make a change in my financial position? I was already comfortable enough. I've got a decent job. I've been building up a retirement account, all the things you're supposed to do. But I was still cash poor. Cash poor meaning that most of my wealth was tied up in the house because there was this huge mortgage on the house and my retirement account, which you're supposed to do, right? When you get older, you want to have all of that and have it be tax-free as much as you can when you retire. So I've been thinking about all these things, but it was like, I got to start buying more crypto because I had my Dogecoin from 2021. that 2-cent Dogecoin. I had that, and I'd be picking at little things, a little Bitcoin, little bit of ETH, left over from 2021 when I got out of all of those other meme tokens and everything else that I had. And then it was like, okay, it's time to start accumulating. And my videos then I was making was all about accumulation, wealth building, buying at the bottom of the market. And over 2 years, that's done pretty well for me. So I'm at this point now where I can see that I've made a change in my financial position once I really start selling. And I'm not going to start selling yet. I'm still eyeing 2025. You'll hear more about my first 100 days of 2025 and what my plan is for that. And you do you, don't do me. Don't do exactly what I do. I hear some of you saying, well, when Kriss sells, I'm going to sell. It's like, you have a different plan than I do. But I'll tell you what my plan is, and that is not holding all of this crypto in another bear market. Now, we don't know whether there's going to be another bear market or not. We don't know for sure. But again, I'm going to pull back on the risk. Plus, I also have this plan of buying real estate, cash, upgrading our place and being mortgage free. So that is the last step that I'm doing in the sort of 3-step plan. First, credit card debt, got rid of that. And then the car debt, the car loan, paid that off. And so now it's just this last thing, right? And that's the mortgage. So that's me. And I mean, is it rich? Like I'm going to be buying like Lambos and stuff? That's dumb. I mean, come on, really? Especially for me. I mean, it's not a Lambo guy, right? So trying to keep it real. You never know what's going to happen in the future. But the other thing about Dogecoin, I'm just not going to sell all my Dogecoin. I'm not doing it. We don't know what's going to happen with Doge. We don't know when Elon's plan is going to get unveiled, when it's going to roll out. And if it doesn't happen in the first 100 days of 2025, depending on what Dogecoin's price is, I'll probably take a little bit of a profit on some of my Doge. But all my other alts, I'm going to be selling. And that's going to be my plan. I just want to get out of all of that. Some of them I've made a lot of money on, like Jasmy, way up on Jasmy, way up on Sui. And then some, treading water a little bit because of the ups and downs. Again, when I bought it, I thought that was a decent crypto. Again, I have a diversified portfolio because I've always believed in that, especially in stocks. You don't want to just buy one thing and go all in. Although now looking at it, if I just bought Doge and nothing else, I'd probably be a little better off than I am now. But, that's just the way things go. So what does all this mean? Well, it means we can look back and I don't do like year in review videos. I've done them before and no one cares. No one really cares. The year in Dogecoin, 2024. What was the best thing about 2024? What was the worst thing about 2024? And it's just like, nobody cares. That's all behind us, right? We learned from that. We want to know where things are going in the future. So yeah, enough of that. It's just like blah, 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 2024. Here's a look back. Elon Musk, Donald Trump. Again, but that's all things that happened that are kind of pointing forward. So kind of important. But yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Yeah, crypto guide. We make the best decision we can at the time and we move forward. So yeah, this Death Note bug, that was all FUD about the nodes, Dogecoin nodes. It was just the ones that hadn't been updated. Dogecoin Foundation got the word out. People got updated. There's nothing wrong with Dogecoin. Dogecoin's fine. ETFs, well, again, that's going to be the future. Nothing happened in 2024. So we'll see. With Bitcoin and Ethereum already having ETFs, could we have a Doge ETF in the future? Now, that's something that's interesting. And what could that change in terms of Doge in the future? So those are the things we're interested in. But why hasn't Dogecoin pumped? When clearly Elon is giving us these hints about Doge, and yet Doge doesn't pump. because I think we're beyond that. That doesn't mean there could be some hype thing and Doge starts really taking off and FOMO kicks in, because that can happen with Dogecoin. But now, I think it's the point where we got to see it. We got to see it. And we need more than just the hype on Doge. So looking forward, I don't know. I mean, is Doge going to do a 5x from here? Let's say $1.50. That's probably the top, is what I think. Probably the top. Even Vision Pulse has pulled back from his $2 Doge. And now he's like, yeah, 140. Not $2. Because we're all just getting a little bit more realistic. But even then, from here, a 5x. I mean, you're not going to get that in the stock market unless you hit the one out of thousands of stocks that from here does a 5x. And you don't know which one that's going to be. Just like chasing all those meme tokens, right? You don't know which of them, all those Solana or whatever based tokens. Throwing a dart at a board, needle in the haystack, like all those terms. You don't know. But if you're now entering the crypto market right now, unfortunately, you've already missed out on a good pump that we had here in November. But you're not buying up here at 48 cents. You're buying down here at 31 cents. So is that a gift? Especially that one big tail that we had down to like 27 cents that we had last week. That was a great buying opportunity. But even from here to get back to the year's all-time high is a 50% gain. And a 50% gain back to 48 cents. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good return. That's more than most stocks do over years. And we think we could get back there by the end of the year? Like by Tuesday? I don't think so. I think we'll be lucky to touch 40 cents. But can you get rich? Well, at this point, again, we had this gift of buying down here back in August at 9.5 cents. You could have bought Dogecoin. It all depends on when you buy. It's really when you buy. And then you go back into 2023 and the summer of 2023 when we were buying Dogecoin again for around 6 cents. And that Dogecoin we're up a lot on. That's in our KrissPax DCA portfolio. And I also added a lot to my own stash of Doge. And that's where I was doing big time accumulating. But I was also buying other cryptos too, just to have that diversified portfolio. So this thing that we had here, like after the election, we called for it, fall of 2024. But now you're sitting here saying, can I get rich from here? From here. A lot of us are already in the green. Some people bought up here in the 40s and you're down a little bit and you're a little bit afraid, a little bit scared, like what's Doge going to do? But I'm still a believer of the 4-year cycles. Again, shout out to Kev Capital for doing a tweet earlier today where he was talking about the weekly RSI. And I've been talking for a couple weeks about how the RSI has been going down. And I just put a chart basically to what Kev had said about the RSI is back down to 59 on the weekly. On the daily, it's much lower, but on the weekly, it's at 59. And that's right where we were back in October, the same RSI, but the price was only 15 cents. Now we've got the same RSI here 2 months later, but the price is up over 30 cents with the same RSI. And we're still early in the bull market. So to me, that means we should see a price escalation up to 60 and maybe a pullback to 45, and we'll see RSI 59 again. I don't know. But that's just the possibility we have for this acceleration of price, because we're still overall in a bull market. And we've shown that on, follow me on X at KrissPax, and you'll see, again, this was DD this morning, showing his Doge chart, and just looking over the last 2 cycles, it's like we've only had 1 pump this cycle yet. And typically we have 3. And again, I've been talking about this for months. 3 pumps a cycle. It's just happened the last 2 cycles. Doesn't necessarily mean it's guaranteed, but certainly the possibility is there for another pump. Particularly if Elon's going to do something. But right now, while Musk's tweets have historically led to short-term price surges, they lack long-term impact due to Dogecoin's limited real-world utility. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the real thing on Doge. We want to see action now. It's like the hype is only getting us so far. X payments is going to start up. Some say maybe Tuesday. Some say the new year. And it might not have any Dogecoin on it. Most likely it won't have any Dogecoin on it. But the Dogecoin family is going to be enthusiastic because that's a first step. And then adding Dogecoin in the future could possibly come. So there could be a short-term price surge there. But the long term, we want to see the real thing. And that's why I'm never selling all of my Doge. Again, I've got my goal. I'm going to reach in 2025, I believe, but I'm going to keep Doge. I'll maybe keep 1 million Dogecoin and just see what happens, and even ride it through the possible another bear market, because you don't know what Elon's going to do and when he's going to do it. Unfortunately, I still think we're pretty much tied to Elon. I think we've shown that Doge can hold, 28, 30 cents. And that's without Elon really doing much. And Dogecoin is holding pretty well in its price. But it's going to have to be the real thing. And that's what we're waiting for. Now, all of this leading up to Inauguration Day, January 20th, we could have a lot of great gains to be had there. And I'll be live January 17th, 18th, 19th, and all day the 20th, because I think there's going to be a lot of volume. Today, there's no volume trading. It's like dead. It's flat. But that's going to be some crazy trading. And I'm going to be ready. And I think Doge is going to do very well there. But again, it's going to take that real world thing to happen. So that's where I stand on that. Overall, there's Dogecoin price is set to send. Whales are accumulating. And this is, again, this has been the past on Dogecoin, is when Dogecoin's price is somewhat stagnant and dipping, the whales are buying, because the Dogecoin whales, those big holders of Doge, have gotten very, very rich off of Dogecoin. And to them, this is easy money. It's easy money. So they continue to accumulate on the dips. Ali has been charting this again. He gets this out of sentiment. I saw a reference to sentiment here. And so I don't know the data that Ali gets on this, but it's the buying of Dogecoin in large wallets. So it's large, already wallets that hold a large amount of Dogecoin that appear to be buying more on the dips. So the whales are buying. And that's what Ali's pointing out, is the whales are buying. I'm not a whale. You guys aren't whales. The whales are like 30, 50, $100 million Dogecoin holders. Those are the whales. So they're buying. And Ali's showing that the whales are buying. But what about this send it and all these other charts here? Again, here's another one. So this guy, Chandler Bing, if you know who Chandler Bing is, let me know in the chat. Who's Chandler Bing? Somebody who took the name Chandler Bing. Again, another fractal here on Doge, but again, he's just taking the same fractal from 2021, which I don't believe you can do because it's such a big, larger market cap that it's not going to be the same percentage price increases from here, from 31 cents up to a 1.618 to $3, and then a following pump that goes up even higher and higher and higher. I don't believe that. But again, I've told you guys what I think about those kinds of things, and I just think this needs to be more of like a curve instead of a straight line up, and that curve leads us to more realistic returns. So for those thinking that Dogecoin is going to go up to $12 or $18 this pump, this cycle, I'm saying I do not think that's realistic. So just had to put it out there again, just so you know where I stand. I don't think that's realistic. Like I say, let's get to $1 first. And even that's going to be hard to do for Dogecoin. But when real world utility hits, something real with Doge, and then look out. And then look out. So Altcoin Sherpa says, although we're going to hit a strong altcoin run in the next few weeks or months, which I believe in, you're unlikely to get many or any 10x plus moves on any big cap altcoins at this point in the cycle. And the same with Doge. Again, we just saw it, right? The time to be accumulating was really last year, the year before, right in the bottom of the bear market. So buying now, you're most likely not going to see a 10x. The only cryptos that will do a 10x from here are those odd, low market cap ones that come from out of nowhere and take off. Like the BitGet token. Like who knew BitGet token was going to take off like it did? I'm maybe there's somebody who predicted it, but I doubt they predicted it would go up as much as it did. But those things do happen. We just know that Doge has the potential always, but it's going to take a real thing for that to happen. So Altcoin Sherpa says, look, keep your targets reasonable. Don't delude yourself into thinking that you're early. In this cycle, we're not early. In the overall big picture of crypto, I do think we're early. And these price targets of Dogecoin, $2, $3, $5, $10 can be reached. But that is years ahead of us, I think. Just like Bitcoin has gone from $100 to $1,000 to $10,000 to $20,000, $69,000, and now $100,000. That all took years to happen. And that same thing can happen for Doge from here. So Dogecoin. So what's going on right now with Elon and this whole thing with the debt crisis and jobs in the United States and all of that? I mean, Elon's really saying what he believes, doing what he can to help the country, because he's saying, look, we either fix this huge debt problem that we have, or the country is going to go bankrupt. I mean, he just puts it out there, right? And that's true. That is a big risk the United States has, and we got to do something. And I think the Trump administration and Vivek and Elon tackling the government efficiency, the Doge part of it, I think is going to be good. There's rising debt. There's inflation. Cutting a bunch of jobs is going to be negative in the economy, I think. And that's going to kind of weigh down, I think, next year on people. Again, that's going to be part of my 100-day strategy of crypto into like mid-April, because that gives them like a couple months of, starting to do their work. And I don't think the bad parts of everything that they're going to be trying to do, shutting things down, is really going to hit right away. We'll see. But you know what is doing well? The dollar. Yes, the dollar. The dollar is headed for its best year in nearly a decade. That's right. The dollar is strong against almost every other national currency. It's just against the yen, against the euro, against the Norwegian krona, the New Zealand currency, whatever it is. It's like the dollar is really, really strong. In fact, the euro is almost on a 1-to-1 par with the dollar now, and it may even out next year. We'll see. So the dollar's strong, and the Trump administration wants to keep the dollar strong. What does that mean for crypto? Well, crypto is still going to do what it's going to do. It's still going to be what it's going to be. I don't think a strong dollar versus a weak dollar really has that much of a difference, because people are still going to invest when there's money to be made. And there's still money to be made in Dogecoin. Dogecoin is not going to be 30 cents at this point in time 1 month from now. I don't think so. And so we're going to be following this as we end the year, go into next year. I think there's going to be some dips. There's going to be some rises and dips that are going to happen. And then that whole week leading up to the inauguration, I think we're going to have some good crypto trading. So we'll watch that. So that was my intro, guys. That's what I see as sort of the overall picture here on a Friday. I'm just hanging out. So we're going to hang out together. I want to hear what's on your mind. And we'll do some Q&A and have some fun. Doge, crypto, finances, fart coin, chill guy, whatever. I know somebody in the comments was talking about fart coin too. I think it was that same guy. And it was just like, I didn't tell anybody to invest in fart coin. And I don't follow chill guy, you know, it's just like, whatever. Yeah, Algorand, again, this is one of those big darlings of 2021, had huge gains and then just got bashed during the bear market. So rebuying Algorand at 10 cents was a gift. And Algo at 33 cents now, it's not bad. It was up to 60 cents, but from 10 cents to 60 cents, that's a 6x return. 600%. I mean, in 2 years, you can't get that in stocks like as easily as you can in crypto. So I believe Algo will get back up to 60 and maybe be challenging for $1. Algorand, Hedera, Doge, we've been talking about those three, maybe all going up to $1. I don't think you can compare all these other altcoins to what they were back in 2021, because many of them had a lot of token unlocks over the past few years. And so there's a lot more tokens in circulation now than there were in 2021. One example of that I can give is Solana. Let's look at the Solana chart here. Because we know Solana just finally matched its previous all-time high from 2021. That was great for Solana. We look at the all-time and we say, based on price, here we were back on November 4th, 2021. Solana had a price of 247. That was awesome, right? Then we had the bear market, 2022, 2023. You could have been buying Solana at $10. $10 Solana. And then it came all the way back up and it actually went over $250. And you're like, okay, it met its previous all-time high. But then we click on market cap and watch. Look at the market cap of Solana. Almost double. It's almost double what it was. In fact, it is more than double. Yeah, close to it. In fact, Solana actually passed its previous market cap back in March of 2024. Not this most recent run up here that we had in November. Because there's so many more Solana tokens now than there were in 2021. You got all these people complaining about Dogecoin and Dogecoin's inflation. It's like, have you seen the inflation on some of these other tokens? It's like, nobody talks about that. I get people just like to bash Dogecoin. I don't know. That's what I see. I think Algo is underappreciated, Isaac. I agree. And yes, I think January is going to be a good month. An ETF is an exchange traded fund, ETF. Actually, the Bitcoin ETF isn't really an ETF. It's actually an ETP, or exchange traded product. A fund is usually a grouping of a bunch, like all of those mutual funds and stocks, right? It's not just one stock. It's a package of a bunch of stocks that you're buying into, like the Vanguard 200, right? That's 200 stocks are in there. And so that's a fund. So Bitcoins is actually an exchange traded product. People just say ETF because more people know what that is. ETP, and it's just like, ETP, what the heck is that? But a fund, oh, I know what that is. ETF, okay, ETF. So that's what that is. I don't mind answering questions. Everybody, has questions about stuff. Don't mind talking about it. And that's what I say, Sebastian, too. We need Dogecoin to go to $1 first. I've shown on some charts what I think is within reality, some realistic, like $2, $3, and what that looks like. But again, I'm not predicting that, because those predictions are, there's nothing that says that's what's going to happen. I will do a 2025 price prediction video, but that's going to be in a range, and I'm going to have a bunch of caveats on it. If it does this, if it does that, just like I did last year, because I can't predict the future, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency trading. So I say, let's get to $1 first, which is going to be hard enough for Dogecoin to get past. And then we'll take it from there. Sci-fi, I was able to pick up 600 Dogecoin today, continue to buy the dip. Nice. Vision Pulse just looks at charts. Yep. Every once in a while, he pulls something out of like a news story or something. But yeah, pretty much he's just looking at charts. Now, Crypto Guide thinks Doge is going to 15 cents. And I don't know why he's saying that. It's going to drop by 50% from here. We're in a bull market. You do know that, right? We're in a bull market. Lungi, why the market reacts to certain things. It's just the nature of trading and investing. So look at last April when all of a sudden Iran had shot all these missiles at Israel. And the market just freaked out. It doesn't change anything about how good or bad a certain crypto is or a good or bad stock. That's just market dynamics. And when there's anything that's fearful that's going on in the world, people are going to sell. And mostly they're going to sell because they think other people are going to sell. It's like, I'll sell first. I'll sell before them because I think the price is going to go down. And then it just sort of piles on each other is what happens. That's all. And eventually it goes back up and everyone forgets that that's what happened. You're a waiter, waiting on the big one. 2 coins I'm not selling no matter what, Doge and XRP. It's good to have a plan. And there are many predicting XRP to go to $10 and higher. I'm not one of those right now. So hold on to it. And we shall see. KB, good to see you. Jerome Powell saying the Fed can't hold Bitcoin. Yep. And I don't know why. Bitcoin is a commodity. So it's not like it's a rival currency. But I don't know all the particulars of that. So, yeah, Caspa is this thing a couple of years ago. It was really big and everyone thought that was going to be like the coin of the future. And it just hasn't done anything. The price goes up, the price goes down. It'll probably do well in 2025, but again, it just doesn't have, there's no news about it. There's nothing going on about it. It would be fair to say that the alt season is not what people expect. A max of 3 to 4x from now on for Doge is the new max. Probably. But remember, it's already done a 3 to 4x. We're already in the bull market. It's not starting today. That's my point here. We've already done that. If you were buying Doge at 6 cents, you're already up 5x. So if we do a 3 to 4x from now, then you're up 10 to 20x on that 6 cent Dogecoin. So again, it's all based on when you bought in. But I know a lot of you are wondering, can I buy now? And so that's why I had to take what I had said 2 years ago and now change it to being like, can you get rich now? Buying now? No, you can make good gains though. And I still think you can make better gains on Dogecoin than Bitcoin. We can just go to the daily, and then we can go to our friendly Doge Bitcoin trading pair, and we can see in November, Dogecoin outperformed Bitcoin. This is not the Dogecoin price chart. This is Dogecoin versus Bitcoin. Now we look at the Bitcoin chart and we see Bitcoin did pretty well in November. You know, that's pretty good. But Doge went up faster and higher. And so we look at the Doge Bitcoin trading pair and we're like, yeah, this is Doge versus Bitcoin. So when after Bitcoin hit 108 and started falling back, the alts fell harder. And we always say that when the markets are going down, Doge is going to drop faster. And that happened. Here's the Doge BTC trading pair here from 15th of December to the 20th of December. And Doge took a nosedive compared to Bitcoin. And at that time, this was a week ago, I charted this and I said, I think this is what's going to happen. I think that now Doge is going to start moving up faster than Bitcoin, and we're going to see this Doge BTC trading pair turn around, and we're going to see Doge go up faster than Bitcoin. Things have been a little sluggish here. Things have been a little sluggish. So it's been up a little bit, but that big move hasn't happened yet, and that's probably going to be more January now, is my guess. So I'll do what all good TA people do. I'll just slide that over. So, okay, we'll do that. Into January now. We're going to see that. Now we take this chart and we zoom out even more, and we can see where Doge was versus Bitcoin back in 2021, which is this big white circle. And from this point here, Doge could outperform Bitcoin by triple, 3 times. So if Bitcoin doubled in price and goes from 90 to 180, Doge could go from 30 cents to like $1.30. We could see that happen. And that's the power that Doge has in terms of the FOMO and what can happen when Doge starts running. Just doubling from here, though, 62-cent Doge. Are you going to be happy with 62-cent Doge at the end of the cycle? I think there's going to be a big letdown. But if Bitcoin went to $180,000, which is double what it is now, that whole Bitcoin world is just going to be ecstatic. $180,000 Bitcoin. And we're going to be sitting here with 62-cent Doge and we'll be like, oh, that's not good enough. And that's if they just trade together the same amount from here. So I think there's an expectation that Dogecoin is going to trade better than Bitcoin from here. Darth Gremlin, I'll tell you what's not going to make me rich, and that's working at this bowling alley. I need to get out of here. Save me, Doge, save me. Yep. I mean, crypto does have the ability to do that, but from here, it's going to be a grind. So you can look up the inflation numbers on any coin, just about, Hector. The only one that we don't know is XRP. There's a rumor now going around that 1 million more XRP tokens are going to be released on January 1st because there's no set schedule for when that happens. Some don't have inflation at all, like Pepe. They're all out there. Pepe's Pepe. There's no more unlocks or inflation on Pepe. And a bunch of meme tokens are like that. They're just all out there. So each individual coin or token has its own schedule. Elon says the market cap for Doge could reach 2 trillion. Did Elon say that? I don't remember that. But you can always go to coinmarketcap.com here, CoinMarketCap, and you can see what the current market cap dollar is of every cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is 1.8 trillion, so it's not even 2 trillion right now at 94,000. Dogecoin is $46 billion. So to get to 2 trillion, it's just under a 5x. So $1.40 maybe. $1.40. Is that right? No, $1.40 would just get it to, I got to do the math. No, that'd be 200 million, which would put it up here between ETH and Tether. And then it would have to do a 10x after that. So $14. That's what that would be. $14, Bishop. $14 Dogecoin. Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. $1.54. 69. What utility does ADA or XRP have that Doge does not? Well, I mean, the whole Cardano ecosystem is huge. I mean, Cardano is built for developers to build things on their blockchain. Doge isn't built that way. Although they're making it so it's easier to build on the blockchain, but again, Doge doesn't need to be the same as Cardano. XRP is all part of Ripple, RippleNet, cross-border payment stuff. And that's what the XRP token is supposed to be part of, is that. So it's payments like, but not like for currency, to use as a day-to-day currency. And that's what Doge is aiming to be, is that day-to-day currency. Yeah, people will say, yeah, I wish it goes down to 15 cents so I can buy more, but yeah, that's not happening. We're in the bull market, and there's just no sign of like the whole market crashing in half. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've been showing these 4-year cycles in crypto for the last couple of years, which again was the whole narrative I started 2 years ago, which was 2022. Now's the time to be accumulating crypto at these low prices, because come the fall of 2024, we're going to see prices start to escalate, and then we're going to be in the bull market. And it's played out. It's played out that way. A lot of people calling for Doge to trace back down to 22 cents. Yeah. There's no rationale behind it, though. They're just picking a number. Maybe because they wish it would go down there. Why am I always shilling Dogecoin? Is it because you bought it at too high a price and want to get your capital back? You have not been watching me at all. You're obviously very new here. And you haven't heard my story. But what did I just say about Doge and how it's going to perform even from here forward? It's going to outperform most of the crypto market. So got to hang around, watch some of my videos, and then you'll see where I come from. Because I bought it too high a price and I want to get my capital back. That's hilarious. Oh, God. David P., 78 cent Doge. That's looking like a pretty good time to buy, isn't it? Will Bonk get back to an all-time high? Bonk is actually finally starting to wake up after the token burn. So Bonk is looking like it has a little bit of momentum here. This is a daily chart. Let me go back to the 4-hour here. Zoom out just a little bit. We can see this morning we got a nice green candle here, but still not even higher than it was a week ago. So, and then here was 59.00059 that we had back on 19th of November. So yes, I can see Bonk getting back to that price and maybe even a little higher. That'll be good to see for Bonk. But I thought that that big token burn would get a lot more people buying Bonk tokens, and it just hasn't really worked out that way. Again, that's short term. Longer term, I think, is a bigger thing. Mr. Doge, what do you think about the India thing? Yeah. I don't think it'll have any negative effects. They just need to get into office and just start working. I mean, this is all leading up to them actually doing their work. And they're trying to set things up for the future of the United States. And there is this belief on their part, particularly Elon, saying that because the wave of the future is all technology driven, we need more people to work tech jobs than we have here in the United States now. That's his position. I get it. And whether those people come from India or other countries, whatever, just do it legally and have a way to actually do it. And I think that's fine. America was built on the backs of immigrants. We're now at a different age now. It's not the illegal immigrants who can't speak the language and aren't educated. And are there menial labor jobs they can do? Sure, right? I get that. But we're having less and less of those as technology takes over. That's what all the discussion is about. And the people who are throwing all that FUD out about don't get the bigger picture. That's all. Doge is going way higher than $1.50 once it gets incorporated. Yep, and that's what I've said. For X, Tesla, whatever, once it's actually, the actual utility is there, then it's going to grow. It's going to grow huge. Is it too late to buy? Mazda. So what I say is look for the big red candles. Look for the big red candles. It's not too late to buy. So we had this one here. This, fortunately, my time, it was like the middle of the night, but this is the big drop that happened more on the backs of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was taking out millions of dollars of leverage trading. But then later this morning, Bitcoin dropped even further. This is when you buy. Again, not financial advice, but when I buy, I'm looking for these big red candles down, not when you've got big green candles going up. Your psychology will say, I need to buy this. It's going up. I don't want to miss out. But things just don't go up forever. Now there's a chance when you see one of those green candles, when it finally gets to a red candle, it doesn't drop down as far as where you could have bought it on the green candle. And that's a risk you take when you do that. But more times than not, we always see a red candle coming down further. And that's the same for Doge. It came all the way back down. 30.9 cents. So that dip under 31 cents, it did it again, did it twice this morning. So that's what you watch for. I think Doge is going to be higher a month from now than it is now. So if you're waiting to buy for next month, you think there's going to be some big dip down to 15 cents, hey, good luck to you. I don't see that happening. Nikos thinks there's a 5x from here. So $1.50 Doge, Nikos thinks. Izzy got 10,000 in Doge at 25 cents. So if he gets to 50 cents, then you're double. 50 cents, you've doubled your investment. And that is great. In a couple months to double your investment. Khan, Happy New Year to you. Yeah, so next week I will have a live stream on Monday, but will not be live streaming on New Year's Eve. So just to let you know, it'll just be Monday. That'll be my last live stream for 2024. Can Shiba Inu still get you rich? It's at 21 now. It does a 4x from here to get to its previous all-time high. Does a 4x make you rich? If you think it does, and you think Shiba is going back to that price, Doge, a 4x from here is $1.20 Doge. That's a new all-time high. Doge has outperformed Shiba Inu over the past year by a lot. But if you think Shiba is your ticket to ride, I just see a lot more of the meme tokens. They're all going more toward the new ones. And you don't know which new one is going to make a lot of money. Bilbo, happy holidays. Why didn't Doge spike after Elon's nod to Dogecoin? I know. We covered that earlier. I have no idea. I would have thought that would have been more, but I think we're now in an age where hype alone is not going to cause Dogecoin to go on a huge run. It needs an actual world event or particular use of Dogecoin to get it to go. Not just Dogecoin's on a cape on a dog. It's not going to be enough. That's what it looks like to me. 2x or 3x from now, I will be exceptionally satisfied. Il Costa is waiting for $2. So just have in your mind, you might be waiting a little while to get to $2. Bilbo Moore, $1.50. Peak. Yeah, Mark Vet. Peak is looking strong today, as it has been. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice on the peak chart. Almost back up to 59. And then we go from there. Yeah, peak is looking good. It's up over 12% today on peak. Joshua would be happy with 62-cent Doge. So just double from here. Dr. Sauce just bought more peak. So that Gensler resignation is all tied into January 20th. So that's why I think the 17th through the 20th is all going to be good. The 17th would be Gary Gensler's last day. It would be that Friday, the 17th. Weekend pump. Good question, David. It's been low volume today of trading, and I don't know if we're going to get any volume over the weekend. Doge, please come down to 10 cents. Tiendo. Yeah, same question. I just think this kind of low volume interest is kind of blah right now. So I'm not expecting huge things this weekend. Happy Friday, Jason. How are you? like 40x. Yeah, XRP, I mean, when they get their lawsuit settled, that'll probably help some. But I think Ripple really needs to do something else to get the XRP token to go. I mean, there's a lot of people in the XRP army that it's all set up already, and XRP should be $10 already. I'm not buying that. They've been talking about that stuff for years. Could obviously be a long time, if ever. It's all how long you want to wait. Elon talked about $2 trillion on stage at a Trump rally. Speculative. Peak did really well. Yes, it did. It's over. Oh no, Michael Jackson says it's over. $50 in 2025. Haha. Timothy, thanks for the super chat. We've been looking at Tima all day with you and others. But thank you. Good luck with your Tima token. Doge will reach $2 to $3. Do we have anything special planned? Going down to visit friends. It's just for the weekend. I'll be back Monday night. Coming back on Monday. So I'll be here in Boston New Year's Eve. But I'll be able to do a live stream Monday night. Won't be the normal late afternoon time. It'll be nighttime. You're a student gambler. Lucky to get $2,500. I went all in on Doge at 26-cent bottom last week. Okay. Yeah, I bought Doge at 2 cents back in 2021. So I didn't buy high, and I'm not trying to like reclaim my capital, like you said. It's like I'm doing okay. I'm well up. I just not ready to sell yet because I still think we're going higher. And there's another additive too about it takes money to make money. So the more money you're able to put in, the more money you're going to get out. And that is true. Yeah, the whole Tether thing, Gisela. I think most of it is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. For those who don't know what FUD is, there's not going to be a whole market-wide dump because some EU-only exchanges are going to have to delist Tether. Tether's way bigger than that. So I don't think it's going to have much of an impact at all. In fact, many of those exchanges, I mean, the people will just use a different stablecoin for what they need. That's all. Them delisting Tether is not going to like change Tether. In fact, Tether is probably not used so much in the EU because the EU is all one currency. Tether is used a lot by people who want to go from one currency to another. I'm not worried about it. In Switzerland, the right is coming. It will come good. Peak spiking, 60 cents will be nice. The next cycle. So the cycles are 4 years generally. And sometime in 2025, we will hit the top of this 4-year bull cycle. And most likely, we will have 2026 being a bear market year. Again, that just follows the 4-year cycles. Yes, and I've shown on charts $2 to $3 Doge is very possible, Jay, but I'm not predicting that. I'm just showing that it makes sense market cap wise. It's not crazy, but I think it takes like the integration into X or something like that to get Doge to get to dollar amount. It's not going to be just on hype. Good afternoon, Oz. I'll take any green candle from here. From 2021, you've held. Yeah, me too. We're starting to see a little positivity here. I mean, Doge is in the green for the past day. Bitcoin's in the red. So again, Doge trading well. Yeah, Bradley, and I've updated that many times. You just haven't been listening. I'm not saying Doge is going to be 69 cents, but it was initially a fun thing to say. But at that time, Doge was going up to 47 cents, and this was almost a month ago. I didn't see it dropping back all the way to 30 cents, but here we are. So getting back to 40 cents would be good. I think alts will run good for the next few months. That's what I think so too. I mean, Bitcoin will go up too, but I think the alts are going to outperform it. We've seen that in previous cycles. So I think that'll continue. Where's the rocket ship? Well, the rocket ship is still there. It's out a little further. Just have to pull my chart over. Pull my chart over. Oh, I got to go to the daily. Sorry. There's the rocket ship. It's there. So it's not time yet. The rocket ship is still there. It's just over here, hanging out. No, I'm not organizing a New Year's party. Generally, we just walk out to the harbor and watch the fireworks over the harbor. It's nice. Some years it's really, really cold though. But have a nice dinner. It's just to the point where I'm not doing all of those big New Year's celebrations anymore. Yes, folks. I said that when Doge was 47 cents. Thank you. Shiba's no good. Yeah, but if you can make money on it, Doge is the future. $2 to $3 is a huge range. It is. It is. But again, Doge hasn't even reached $1 yet. So 2 to 3, sure. Right? Once we start pumping again, and then you'll be hearing it all again. I mean, Ali's still out there with his $18 Doge chart. 2025, still there. You're waiting for 3? You think BlackRock is suppressing the price of Bitcoin? I think there is a lot of concern on the Bitcoin side that all of these ETFs are, now that we've had all this buying of ETFs, that it's gotten away from the true nature of what Bitcoin was supposed to be about. And that, I believe, and that may have something to do with a reduction in the volatility in Bitcoin. And we're just not going to see that volatility anymore. So, yeah. Peak. How are you, robot? Real alt season. Starting next week. And we go. That's what I think. And it's really going to be based on ETH too. It's what is ETH going to do? That's what I think. So here's the ETH chart on the daily. Still hanging right above 3,300. But if we look at ETH, and ETH started to really have a good move up through it over half of December, but then just dumped. But the key is going to be this ETH Bitcoin trading pair, which we had this cup and handle thing and we thought it's going to take off from there, and it dumped back down. So ETH has not shown the strength against Bitcoin yet. We zoom out on this chart and we just see how badly ETH has sold off versus Bitcoin. I mean, this has just been terrible. So we need ETH to take off versus Bitcoin, and that just hasn't happened yet. We're almost to the bottom like we were back here, November 21st. Just hasn't happened yet. Yeah, the team is shills. They get around. A lot of people are away. That's true too. That the volume is just so low. The stocks were just like dead today. They just weren't moving. SoundHound AI. It's going to partner with Tesla. Good luck. Saving their money on hotels. I'm not quite sure what you mean. We got a nice spot we always hang out at. We're on Broadway. It's a good hotel. Yeah, the bot trading, I tends to kind of level some things out in particular times, but crypto can still take off despite it. Particularly if Doge goes up near its previous all-time high. IUN is a bear. It all depends on when you buy SHIB. And it hasn't even been around for 5 years. So Mars El Toxico, you are completely wrong. Because SHIB didn't exist 5 years ago. How can Peak outperform Doge? Watch. From here? Yeah. Lazy, I'm working here. What do you mean? I don't know what you're doing. You're being lazy. Happy New Year. Bruins? Yeah, Bruins have a tough team this year. I don't know. It looks to me like their defense is weak this year, just giving up too many easy goals, too many turnovers. I blame it more on the defense than the goalie. Taking a ride to Lake George. Get away for a few days? Well, have a great time. I know Jason says, get your coin count up. And he means Doge coins. Where's the liquidation? We just had the big liquidations. So let's take a look at Bitcoins. Yeah, so Bitcoin still has a big chunk down here at 93,200. But then up here on the shorts, 95,100. So that's Bitcoin. It's just kind of hanging out right between those two. Doge. Yeah, Doge is, it's 30 cents, 30.5, 30.4 for Doge are where the big leveraged long liquidations are. They could wipe out a bunch of shorts just coming up here to 31.7 to 32 cents. They can wipe out a ton of Doge shorts. That's not that far away. Boom. No. 0.00000. Yeah. Against Bitcoin. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if I think he's going to leave Jerome Powell alone and just let him finish out his 2 years that he has left. Matt, you're done buying? Bags are packed. That's pretty much me too. I mean, if anything, like the monthly money that I get in from my side businesses, I might just like buy a little Bitcoin for the future or something, but still buying Bitcoin at $95,000, it's like, really? Just that it might go up a little bit and so I'll have a little bit more when I buy my house. It all adds up. Still can't believe I have Doge since 2019. Crazy, huh? Peak has a big spread. Yeah, crypto.com is pretty good on that. And then, I mean, you can use limit orders. And if you use a limit order, again, it'll take a long time to fill. But if you're worried about the spread, just use a limit order. You just won't be able to sell a big chunk of it at one time. Only a matter of time before Doge comes off his leash. That is true. Floki. It's just another meme token. People have been making money on it. Is it a good investment? I don't know. Short term, probably. We don't know what those meme tokens are going to do through another cycle. Floki was made last cycle. ADA. Yeah, these dropping back down to lower prices. No, 40 cents. It's at 88 cents. So 40 cents, it was, yeah, right at election time. Yeah, the prices aren't going back down there. Not this bull cycle. Dollar will be a hard test. Just like we saw with Bitcoin at 100K. It got to 99, 98, 99, just day after day after day, couldn't break 100, and then eventually it did. But then what happened? It dropped back below, and it hasn't reclaimed. We could see that with Doge as well. If you buy Doge on Kraken and you sell it on Coinbase, how do you make sure the IRS knows the correct Kraken cost basis? The IRS doesn't need to know. Only you need to know. That's all. Only you need to know which is which and just keep a record of it. It's only in case you get audited. That's the only time it comes into play. The IRS isn't going to flag something on your tax return that you did something wrong. They're not going to do that. This whole cost basis thing is just getting so blown out of proportion. It's your responsibility to keep track of your crypto, what you bought, when you bought it. And if you move it around from exchange to exchange or from an exchange to a hardware wallet and maybe back to a different exchange, that's your responsibility to keep track of it. You know what your cost basis is. And it's still first in, first out per exchange. And just play it that way. That's it. But it really only comes into play if you get audited. The IRS isn't going to know just by looking at your tax return what you used as a cost basis. Because on your Schedule D, from either your 8949 or your 1099s together, you're just going to show a profit or a loss for the year. And then that goes onto your Schedule D, and that goes onto your 1040, and that's what you claim. Now, if the IRS believes that there might be something not right there, they can audit you. Then you better have your records and all your cost basis set. Not financial advice. I'm not a tax attorney. I have my spreadsheets. I'm good. IRS agents can come knocking on my door and talk to me about my taxes. Sure. I'll show you all my spreadsheets. Be happy to do it. What about Solana? I think Solana had an excellent 2023 into 2024. You could have made 20x in 6 months if you bought it in August of 23 and sold in March of 2024. You would have made a 20x. Looking back, it's so easy to see. But from here, Solana is at $185. So it might double, maybe. That'd be 360. Well above 264. It's new all-time high, which it just hit right there. But at this point, if you're just looking to maximize your profit and you want to buy today, I don't think Solana is the horse you want to be on. Just my opinion. Doge is becoming popular in India. Yeah, crypto has been suppressed in India for a long time. But Doge is easy to transfer with low fees, and people do it all the time from the United States back to their home country. They buy Doge and they send Doge, wallet to wallet. And then the people cash out on their family or friends, whomever, cash out on their side. That's the beauty of Dogecoin. One of the things, it's right there because it's super, super low fees to transfer. Let them institutionalize Bitcoin. I agree, Jason. Doge can become what Bitcoin was supposed to be. I couldn't have said it better, Jason. In fact, I probably said something very similar to that in the past. Very similar. What Bitcoin was supposed to be. In fact, I actually took the Bitcoin white paper and I scratched out Bitcoin. I wrote in Dogecoin. Still the Dogecoin white paper, except for the 21 million coins. That's Bitcoin. Like the channel. Thank you, Rhino. Everybody, give a like to the stream. And also subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, just go right down there and just hit the subscribe button too. We're having fun on a Friday afternoon, keeping it chill, talking about possibilities, particularly with Doge. And Doge is just hanging out in this little channel right here. This is a daily chart, and it's just like not doing much now. Just hanging out. It's a Friday. What happened to Luna? What happened on Luna? Yeah, I keep the Luna on here. I don't know why I still have this Luna thing on here. I don't know why. It's been there for years. I never bought Luna. It was just in 2022, that was like the thing that everybody was talking about was Luna. And I took one look at it and I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting into this. It was really more the Terra, it was the algorithmic stablecoin that really took down Luna. And it was Do Kwon being arrogant as hell. And I don't remember exactly what the banter was between him and CZ, and I think there was somebody else involved. This would have been about April 2022. And I'm not saying CZ did anything, but somebody did. The idea behind the Terra Luna stablecoin was it was algorithmic, meaning there was nothing backing it other than the Luna token itself. They didn't have a reserve of gold, cash, or anything else backing it up. And I don't know all the particulars of how that Terra stablecoin actually worked in this algorithmic thing, but the idea was that Luna was backing it up. And Luna at the time was a token that had like so many backers behind it. I mean, really influential big people were behind this thing. And it went from a price of, so this is looking back from in 2021, in July, you could have bought it at $5. And at its peak in April of 2022, up to $112, even a little higher, like a 2,000% increase. So during that time, a bunch of people made a ton of money off of this Luna to the point where they thought this was going to be the future of crypto. And I didn't buy into it at all. I was like, it's all hype. Particularly this huge run in March of 2022. And that was after the bull market was over. This was the start of the bear market. And Luna like doubled in price. because everyone was or most were thinking that, well, Bitcoin is in a bear market, everything is going down, but this thing, we can actually pump and make it go up. And Do Kwon, he thought he was invincible, and he was just saying all this stuff online. And I think what happened was there were others, let's just say, that were heavily involved in crypto that dumped the Terra Luna stablecoin. They had a lot of it and they dumped it. And that caused it to depeg. And as the Terra stablecoin depegged, it frightened everybody else who was holding it. And they all started selling it. And that mass selling of that stablecoin, which didn't have anything behind it, started to affect the Luna token. And the Luna was going down. And Do Kwon thought that he could mint more Luna tokens because, I mean, he can just do that, right? He's with the contract, he could just manipulate it and mint more. And then he just started heavily minting Luna tokens to help stop the Terra stablecoin from depegging, and the Terra stablecoin just kept going down and down and down from $1, as the stable, down to 90 cents, 80 cents, 60 cents, 40 cents. It was just dropping. And then Luna ballooned in the number of tokens, and its price also plunged. So that's what happened. And then it was just mass selling, people just selling it. So it went from $118 all the way down to 3 cents or 4 cents, practically worthless. That's what you call a 99% drop in price. Crash. That's what happened. Craziness. See, in 2022, during that time, Doge was going down. It started the year at about, 17 cents? And it was probably at about 12 cents when the Luna crash happened, and then it dumped all the way down to 6 cents. It went down 50% right there. That's what happened to Doge at that time. Crashed the whole crypto market. Thank you, Do Kwon. But in my opinion, he bought it on himself. Totally bought it on himself. Money to be made everywhere, yes. At some point in time, Matt, Elon needs to do something. Yes. I don't know, Rhino. I'm not looking at what the next Doge is. Dogecoin is Dogecoin. Dogecoin's still going to be around. There's not a next Dogecoin. There's nothing going to be like it. So, yep. So, Fred, I bought some Pepe. I doubled my price and I sold. It was a swing trade. And that allowed me to buy Peak. So I put that into Peak. And then there was some other I bought BOEM with that I'm still down on the BOEM, but yeah. Doge and other alts will probably move faster than as BTC dominance drops. Yes, that's how it works. Even if Bitcoin goes up, alts can go up faster. George is buying Hedera. Big Hedera fan. I think Hedera is still going to do very well. I think that whole week leading up to inauguration is going to be huge. We're going to get the volume up. We're going to get a lot of trading going on. I think so. You're done buying Doge since October? Just waiting. Keith, if you were new and still trying to accumulate bags, would you keep buying? So if you've got money sitting in the bank, it's just going to inflate away. You got to do something with your money. You can't have it just sit there. At this point in the bull market, you're better putting it in the market, but not expecting the type of gains, like a 100x gain. You're not going to 100x your money here. But it's better than having your money just sitting in a bank. It's good to have it in the market at this point. Now, 6 months from now, I wouldn't do that. But right now, I still think we're going into 2025. I think it's better to have your money in the market than sitting in a bank. I know Bitcoin dominance really hasn't dropped yet. It really hasn't. It started to, and then it turned back around again. It's still 58%. So we really haven't seen the Bitcoin dominance drop. Panicking and selling, getting impatient. Not right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I still see a huge run coming forward in 2025. I'm not selling now. Just imagine new all-time highs. Is Robinhood good at keeping records? Yes, they are, as long as you keep it all there. If all you do is trade on Robinhood, you don't ever move anything off of it, you don't transfer any, you don't do anything, they'll take care of you with the 1099s, all that. You're good. If that's all you do. But as soon as you start going to other exchanges and doing other things with crypto, then they don't know. Once a crypto leaves their exchange, they don't know where it went, what it is. But if all you do is trade on Robinhood, you're not really owning any crypto. You're just trading the price as an investment. And they'll take care of you with the 1099 form. You're all set. You need Doge to be $1. You need a new patio. I like that. I need this to happen. Yes, we showed that earlier, Blue Horse, and good morning to you. The whales are accumulating. Yep, the whales are accumulating. That was this one right here. Whales accumulating Doge. That's what's happening. Even when I opt to sell only 200 peak tokens, the spread remains 10%. I have not tried to sell any, so I don't know, Doge Runner. I'm not in the mode of selling peak tokens right now. I just know it's better to use a limit order. And you just choose the price you want and then wait for it to drop that 10% below that price, and you'll get your price. Because that's what will happen. I don't know what you see, Gene. 60% buy and sell spread. There shouldn't be any 60% buy and sell spread. I don't know what you're looking at. X payments. No, that's not X payments. That ETH and BTC stuff was an old tipping thing from years ago on Twitter. That's all that is. It's an old legacy thing from Twitter. You think Elon's waiting for the market to pick up? You never know with Elon. He might have a whole bigger plan in mind. Hey, Lucky, I am ready for alt season. Let's go. Let's go. Sideways is better than downwards, I guess. There is that. I mean, here's a whole week of sideways. Been going a whole week. I do not trade on margin, Chinese. a DCA, buy and hold, and then sell, hopefully at the top of the market. Do a little swing trading on the side, little bits, not Doge. But no, nothing on margin, no leverage, no shorting. Litecoin. Where's my Litecoin chart? It's still over $100. So back in 2021, Litecoin went up to $400. I don't see that happening this cycle. Not 400. I have this blue line here at $200. I should probably thicken that up because you guys can't see it. There we go. I have that at $200. And the little bit of Litecoin that I have, that was my target for taking profit at $200. It got up to 140 earlier this month, but $200 is my target. If it goes higher, awesome for all the Litecoin holders. I just think that that's going to be tough. Again, Litecoin and Ethereum Classic are the Dino proof of work cryptos from 2 cycles ago that are still traded and people can still make money on them, but it's not the huge gains anymore, I don't think. But thanks for asking. H-bar is a beast. The calm before the storm. We will be waiting. Another H-bar fan. Yeah, Hedera's, 27 cents is awesome price. This big run that it had up to 38 cents was huge early December. So it's holding. 23 support, now at 27. We were wondering what's going to get to $1 first between Hedera, Algorand, and Dogecoin. And that's still out there. Algo's at 33, Doge is at 31, Hedera is now 27. It's fallen back a little bit. It was just at 32 here 2 days ago. So we'll be watching that. Come on, paycheck. I know, Dustin, right? You're waiting for that next paycheck, and you think it's a good price now. We still might see a dip over the weekend. We might still see a dip over the weekend. It's just low volume, just not much. And it hasn't had any decent volume since the 20th, 21st. You don't want to be selling a lot, so you don't have to deal with the IRS. Trump might help crypto taxes. So, if you sell in 2025, you don't have to pay until 2026. So that gives them a whole year to work on new crypto tax policy. If you hold until 2026, we might see lower prices because we might be back in a bear market. So my plan is selling in 2025, the bulk of my crypto. That's my plan. I was going to put 5K into Mana this morning. Other than Doge, it wouldn't be Mana. I don't know what's going to happen with Decentraland, the whole idea of metaverse, and on the gaming side, you just don't know. You don't know. Again, if I was at this point, if I was going to buy something other than Doge, it would be a short term, which would probably be, like 5 months max hold. So I'm looking for something that's a short term profit. And I just can't think of anything other than Doge I would put it in. It would just be Doge. Short term profit, Doge. Because all these others are like, they might move up, but what can skyrocket more? It'd be Doge. KB likes the XRP. She likes the XRP. Adam. I don't really follow Adam Arash. I have no idea what the price is even. I never look at it. Adam. $6.47. I mean, it's the same chart as just about every other crypto. It's this kind of run up in November, drop, secondary run, drop further. That's pretty much everything else. I don't know if this has anything going for it itself or not. I don't know, Arash. Do you know what Atom is? Did you do any research on it? What is Cosmos used for? Is somebody building on Cosmos? You know, that's the stuff you need to look at, not just a chart and a name. That's what I would say. Dog. Fine. I'll buy more Doge. Hey, KB says put some into XRP. Can't hurt, right? Put a little into XRP. You don't only have to be one. And then KB can say, hey, I told you so, right? XRP. Again, what are your goals? How long are you going to be holding? You know, think about that. Everybody has different goals. I'm in this like 5-month time frame right now where I think by May 2025 I'm going to be out of most of my cryptos. So I'm not looking at long-term holds at this point, except, you know, again, buying $95,000 Bitcoin to me is just so again, we'll see. Right now, it's all going towards this house I want to buy, and then would probably start accumulating crypto again in 2026 sometime. If again, following the bear and bull market cycles. Darth Mike says depends on your tolerance for risk. ETH, say, few low to mid caps. For longer term holds, I think that's fine. You know, short term, again, I don't know what his goals are, what he's planning for, but yeah. Yeah, do a little research on Atom so you know what you're buying. Most people don't even look at it. Michael says look into the staking. Yeah, Atom does have big staking. So, Arash, if you're going to buy some Atom, look at where you can stake it because you get good staking rewards. That I do know. No, I'm not going to play the Doge dance. We're just chilling on a Friday here. I played it at the beginning. So if you want to hear it again, you can just take the little timer and scroll it all the way back to the beginning and you can hear all eyes on Doge. Some is best is here, lurking. Welcome. Maybe buy a little XRP. You're planning on selling everything by March? You think the top is going to be February? Wow. Yeah, it's sell in May, go away, folks. That's the saying. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, 2021, Doge hit its all-time high on May 7th. And that was the time to sell, was May 7th. Before Saturday Night Live on May 8th. It was already going down. the Doge price was already going down into Saturday Night Live because it was getting heavily shorted. So it wasn't all Elon's fault. Like people say, blame it on Elon. It's like, look at the charts and look what was happening. Freak trade. I don't know what that is, Arash. Yeah, we really haven't started looking yet. We know in our general area where we want to be. It's not South Shore, though. Not South Shore. No, we still want to be close to the city, and like Quincy is not like the place, and still want to use like public transportation and not have to drive everywhere. So in March, work at the Gold March. You do what you can, right? You do what you can. I'm still waiting for Elon to have his Happy Meal at Mickey D's and pay Dogecoin for a Happy Meal. That's what I'm waiting for. Could that still happen? Who knows? Who knows? Profit is better than no profit. Not getting rugged, not being greedy. But if you have it all just sitting in dollars, you're not profiting. Right now, you're not profiting if you're sitting in dollars. So think about that. There, I did it. 45 minutes late. You put it on 2x and caught up. Yeah, I don't talk so fast that you can't understand what I'm saying on 2x speed, right? Dematic, how are you? Good evening. Picked my price point back in November, just letting it unfold and then see. Initial investment already taken out. Yep, and that's what I've done. At 42 cents, I took out my initial investment and then some, a little bit more. Yeah, I cleared a nice hurdle there. Everyone's saying, what are you selling at 42 cents for? You know it's going to go higher. I'm just like, guys, just take a little profit. So I sold some at 42 cents, and now we're at 31 cents for Dogecoin. I think it'll still go higher. I haven't sold any more, but it just was, to limit your risk, you just take a little off the table. I'm like, okay, again, it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. You don't have to sell all your coins at any one time. You can just sell a chunk of it. And that's my strategy. We've got the team of fam in here again. Nobody's going to swap their Doge for Tima. So if you want to give me a nice super chat, I'll be glad to look at your Tima token again. But Timothy was already in here. Just to let you know. He already did his thing. I know what you guys are doing. But you got your marketing. That's okay. Doing your thing. But these guys aren't going to be swapping their Doge for your Tima token. I'm not going to Mars. I'm not lining up for that trip, Isaac. No. I'm good here on the good old Earth. You're going to hold and keep buying. It's the Doge way. Cycles with Doge always end in May. Didn't in 2017. 2017, that cycle ended, well, it was December 31st. I know that. There was a huge second run that went higher the latter half of 2017 for Dogecoin. It's an open source cryptocurrency trading bot. Okay. Yeah, I don't do trading bots, Arash. I think you take ownership of your trades. You buy when you think it's right. You sell when you think it's right. Not relying on a bot. Don't underestimate Doge. In a few hours, what's Bitcoin going to do on Keat? I don't know. Can't judge a few hours from now. There's no way you can tell. The trend is sideways. I think it's just going to keep going sideways. 94.4 sideways. It's stuck between 92 and 100K. And that's what Doge is, or Bitcoin is just trading in that range. Some say crypto is different this time. There's nothing that says it's going to be any different yet. Doge is the way. Yeah, XYG. I've been talking about Elon's Floki picture for days. Still don't know why there wasn't more excitement about it. I don't get it. Is Dogecoin worth swing trading? The broccoli industry asks. Doge is really hard to swing trade. Crypto kind of is. You don't know what's going to happen next. It's probably easier in a sideways trading mode like Doge is trading in now to do swing trading. I mean, if you had sold up here at 35 and bought back here at 31, but what if you sold at 35 and instead of Doge breaking back down, instead it just took off and then you don't have your Doge? That's the risk of swing trading. Why not swap coins that are not moving for a coin that is already breaking? Because then you're buying something up at the top. Why would I buy your token up at the top? I'm not doing that. Lucky, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for keeping us updated about Doge, giving us your time. What's your 2030 Doge price prediction? 2030. Oh, God, Lucky. Oh. Adoption? 5 years from now? Sure. $5 Doge. Maybe $5. Again, it'd be the cycles, right? So if I got on 4-year cycles, 2028, 2029, we'd be coming off of the 2029 bull cycle. So yeah, I'll say $5. You're still holding Saitama. I looked at Saitama, but isn't that still tied with Polkadot? I think it was. And I was like, yeah, no. Nope. How much goes down BTC on Key? You got to pay attention, dude. I'm trying to educate, but I can't answer a question like that. So, and I'm not doing bots or algorithmic trading. You take control of your buys and your sells, not bot trading. Okay. Doge Elon Mars was a 2021 token. It seems to go on runs. People still make money on it, but gosh, I'm not buying it. Now, if Doge gets an ETF, then things change, folks. Then things change big time. And Volks isn't going to be one of those like ETH or BTC where there's already a futures product that then has a bunch of selling. So it probably would do very well. I just don't see any new crypto ETFs in the short term. Yeah, I saw Doge does go parabolic. Yep, I know. I know. Doge is also the future. It's just a token, Tima. It's a token on Solana. That's all it is. You can't trade it anywhere else. So it's a good time to buy Dogecoin. Right this second, Pablo. Let's get in right into the second. The 1 minute chart of Dogecoin. Here we are, the 1 minute chart. We have a red candle. So on a 1 minute chart, you can see we might have a buying opportunity here for Doge on a little red candle. $31.16. Oh, just dropped down a little more. I never do this, a 1 minute chart. You can do, if you pay, you can get it like every 5 seconds. Oh, still going down a little more. 1 minute. We'll leave that on for a bit. The 1 minute chart for those that want to buy right now. Hey, Klondike Hunter. Knockstars, always a bear. Thank you for your contribution. Wouldn't be the same without you. So Niraj, we pretty much saw that dip that went down right below 28 cents. I still think there's strong support at 30.5. We looked at that a little bit ago, 30.5. Right now I'm zoomed in for the guy who wants to buy some Doge right now. We have a price prediction from Jeremy. The Doge will be 98.7 cents on January 20th. 98.7, that's very particular. 98.7. Thanks for the super chat. What do I look when I'm trading? So I do look for how things have traded most recently. So again, just take like a 2-hour chart and zoom out a little bit and you can see how it's traded for the last week. So you have it in context, right? And you've seen Dogecoin have the big dip below that we saw a week ago. So if you weren't able to buy on that big dip where Doge dropped down below 28 cents, it has recovered and now it's hugging this 30.5 line and it's bounced off it a number of times. We're showing a little weakness right now with low volume. And then we can go to the liquidation charts and we can see, okay, with the liquidation heat map, we can see that in this range between 30.9 all the way down to 30.4, there's some big leveraged trades on Dogecoin, particularly these two yellow lines right here. I would set a limit order at 30.5. If I was buying Dogecoin right now, say, okay, I'm going to buy right now, I would put that limit order right there at 30.5. Again, I've looked at the heat map, seeing where the leverage is, and I've looked at the charts, and I see where the dips are. I'm going to buy it lower than what it is now, which is 31.15. I'd say, okay, I'm going to buy, I'll put a limit order right there at 30.5. That's what I would do if I was buying Dogecoin right now. That's what I look at. I just don't have any buying power. I got no buying power. It's all in the markets. It's all in. So this weekend, I mean, the volume, I mean, look at the volume right now, just all week. All week, the volume has just been so low. I thought it would be just during Christmas and then it would tick up after Christmas. It hasn't. It's like everybody's on vacation. It has no interest here. So until January 2nd, I don't think we're going to see much volume. So I think we're going to still be in this sideways range. That's my guess right now. Sideways range. And there's a little weakness right now. We're in the lower part of the range as we've sort of fallen down since after Christmas, these past couple days. So that's showing weakness, not expecting much, which is why we're just chilling on a Friday afternoon here, talking crypto, Doge, whatever else is on your mind. We're hanging out. Give the stream a like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Cheers, everyone. Not drinking yet. Going to have some of that Johnny Walker Black Label later tonight. So good. But that's later tonight. If you got in early, you're sitting pretty. And that's true with anything, whether it's your TIMA token or Dogecoin or Bitcoin. And that's where you can get rich. Jeremy, Niraj wants to know, why do you say 98.7? Why do you say 98.7? Yeah, and as Kalina says, putting exact numbers like that is a psychological marketing play. I don't know. 98.7. Maybe it's his favorite radio station. Exactly. In Boston, it would be 98.5, right? Isn't that the Sports Hub? 98.5 Sports Hub. I know. Where's our other bears? Oh yeah, I banned them. That's right. That's why they're gone. They got banned. The never catch a falling knife is for stocks that have really bad news. You just don't try and catch that. You let it fall. Or like end of the world kind of events that'll be some huge black swan. But when you're seeing big red candles that are dipping, like we saw here a week ago, that's a buying opportunity in crypto. That's when you buy. For those that didn't buy down at 28, 26 cents a week ago, when you knew you wanted to buy and you had money ready because you didn't want to catch a falling knife, you missed out. You missed out. Peter, that's great. Oh, that's great. Pablo, it's going to be a member. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Yeah, after January 2nd, I'm going to lay out the 100-day plan, Lucky. Again, this is just for me, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. So I'm not asking anybody to follow my plan, but I've looked at the 4-year cycles enough, looked at the events that are going on. I'll sum it all up, and then we'll see how it plays out. See how it plays out. Saitama has been a sleeping giant for a long time. There's nothing new with Saitama. I'm just saying. Doge will go down to take out those leverages. Get ready to buy more at 30.5. There is a number there. Yes, Bruce, I agree. You see that leverage sitting there and you're just like, that is just juicy for the taking. You've got a bottle of Bailey's. Oh, this was a Christmas gift to me, this Johnny Walker Black Label. And I'm just like, That's good stuff. I'm broke too. I'm cash poor is what I am right now. I'm cash poor. Crypto rich, but cash poor. A much better price, $69.69. Yes, Akash. Star 98.7 Christmas music. God, how do people listen to that stuff? Yeah, Demi, no money. Waiting for the next money to come in. Oh, it's just a feeling. I thought there was some like mathematical equation behind it, Jeremy. That's what we wanted to hear. There will be a whole lot of sell orders at 98.7. Doge getting to $1 is going to be really hard, guys. It's going to be really hard. Bear burger soon. Again, I don't mind having a conversation with someone who's bearish, but they never have any real reasoning or data behind their bear picks. They never do. And you guys have heard me ask them again and again and again, tell me why. Why do you think this? What's behind that? And they never say. They just disappear. I'm just like, I don't get time. I don't got time for that. Also, when it comes to buying the dip, don't buy the dip when it's in a downtrend. But we're in a bull market, ER. We're in a bull market. Now, 2026, I'll have a completely different thought on red candles. But here at the end of 2024, red candles are a gift. It's a buying opportunity. That's what I see. JW, Doge, January 20th, XRP later in the year. I'm still kind of thinking Doge is going to go up before January 20th and may dump on the 20th. Just a feeling I have about that. We'll see how that plays out, but it's just like, which is why I'll be live 17th, 18th, and 19th, as well as all day on the 20th, because I think there's going to be a lot going on there. Same, cash poor, crypto rich, cash poor, holding more Bitcoin than the German government after they sold. Yeah, now I heard about that German government thing. There was some like law or regulation or something that they had to sell it by a certain date. And Bitcoin was like at 54K at the time, something like that. And so, yeah, they missed out on billions of dollars, but it wasn't a decision that was really up to them, was my understanding at the time. I'm asking, or saying it kind of in a question mark, like that's kind of what I saw, was they didn't have a choice. They had to sell it by a certain date, and so they did. Something like that. Is Japan going to use XRP transactions? I've never heard that. I've never heard of Japan talking about XRP. So, no. I mean, they could use Jasmy. Jasmy's right there, right? The Japanese Bitcoin. They should use Jasmy, not XRP. And the XRP army just comes up with all sorts of crap that is not true about who's doing what for XRP. I know, look at that. From billions to $600. You heard that too? Couldn't find anything on it? Yeah. Well, it's just a bunch of people on X making that stuff up. Probably read it on X. And the XRP army just makes all sorts of stuff up. Like XRP is definitely going to be the currency on Elon Musk's X platform. And just like Elon Musk has never even talked about XRP. It's like, come on. Come on. A whiskey sour with eggnog. Never had it. Never had it. It sounds good, though. We did not have any eggnog in the house this year. So we're trying to keep our calories down. The eggnog is very filling. It starts getting colder here in Boston. It's like people just tend to eat more like comfort food, and then your weight goes up, and you're like, we're trying to stay healthy. Sound of 500,000 Doge, getting a little bored. I know. This is the time when people just get tired of Dogecoin. You get bored. But it's like you don't know what's coming. None of us do, but these are the times when people just sell. And it looks like that's what we've been having, is people just generally selling their Doge because they're bored. And they could miss out on something huge. So Coquito. I don't know what that is. According to Yoshitaka Kitao, CEO of the SBI Group, every bank in Japan will use Ripple's XRP. So, right, that's the bank using XRP for cross-border payments. But he's wrong. You don't even have to use XRP. They could just use RippleNet. They don't even need the XRP token. So I don't think he even knows what he's talking about. If you do some research on it, it's like, oh. But that's the whole idea, is that they're trying to make something to ease up cross-border payments. And that's where XRP comes in. And it's for the banks to use. Us people, the people's crypto is not XRP. It's Dogecoin. It's Doge. Pray for you for taxes. Pray for me. They call Massachusetts Taxachusetts. Our taxes are really bad here too. They're really bad. Taxachusetts. It's all built in here. You just accept it. Yeah, don't get shaken out of the market. It's designed to do this, wear you down, and then the whales just eat it all up. Transferring the wealth, right? You think Peak is going to go on a big run tonight? Peak's already up over 12%. We looked at it earlier. So there's some buy-in going on Peak. Look at that. Hey, it hit 59 cents. That's what I just said a little bit ago. Wouldn't it be great to get up to 59 cents? Let's zoom out on this a little bit. See how we're doing. Okay. That is very strong trading there for Peak. Very strong trading. Dipped down below 50. First it dumped below 50, came back, retested. That's looking pretty strong. Let's go Peak. You know, I did look at this on Peak and forgot to show you guys for Peak. Because you look at the on CoinMarketCap, you can see where it's trading now. And so it's starting to get picked up on more exchanges for Peak. So this is great. This is great. Now, again, I bought mine on crypto.com, and I still have a link in the description below if you guys are interested in crypto.com. And you still get $100 worth of freebies using my link. You have to do certain things or certain targets to get your $100. It's going to be paid out in Crow tokens. Crow tokens are good. I think price of Crow tokens are still going to go up too. But yeah, it's peak is getting picked up. Again, it's not on Binance yet. It's not on Coinbase yet. When it gets listed on those, look out. We saw what happened to Velodrome when it got listed on Binance. Price went crazy. So this is looking really good. Peak. Bitcoin's weak, just holding on to 94. And then Doge holding on to 31. Yes, Ferrari does accept Doge with some other cryptos, but it does accept Doge. And that's where the whole joke came in, that I'm going to buy a Ferrari, where I'm not going to have to sell my Dogecoin. I'll just use it and buy the Ferrari direct with Doge. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, I'll take that one in yellow. Fortunately, Ferraris don't work that way. Not when you buy them new. You got to order it and you got to wait and all that. But it'd be a fun problem to have, wouldn't it? There's also that $1 billion Mega Millions, right? Just play the Mega Millions and win that. What are the chances of that, though, right? I'd get a Ferrari then, for sure. Cali is no joke. Yeah, and same with Massachusetts. The taxes here are just awful. And they use them for the dumbest things here too, just like you guys in California. Do you think Russia using Bitcoin for international trade will have a positive or negative impact on altcoins? It won't affect it. Yeah, it won't affect it. Altcoins are going to do what they do. And I still think alt season is going to be starting up in January. We're going to see Bitcoin dominance slowly start to go back down. And ETH is finally going to see a solid run. And then we're going to see alts. And I'll be talking about that more on my 100 days plan in 2025. And we'll be talking about that next week. Yeah, Massachusetts, exactly. But this is where my family is. This is where my friends are. This is where my job is. It's like, so this is where I live. And I just deal with it. I can't believe I'm doing projections on how much my tax liability is going to be in 2025. And it's going to be like, I can't believe I have to give not only the federal government, but also the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that much money just because I got rich in crypto. I have to give that much away. But it is what it is. Bags are loaded with Jasmine. Jasmine's still kind of tinkering with 3.5 cents. Actually, just dropped below. Just dropped below. That's not been a great week for Jasmine. Just kind of weak. Again, it's low volume. Again, I think all of these are going to turn around come 2025. So just have to hold through it. Can you expand on what Bitcoin dominance is? I hear it a lot. Sure, ER, no problem. So we have this chart called Bitcoin dominance. And I'll zoom out to the daily so we can see it here. I don't need my name on here anymore. That was for a screenshot I took. So this is a chart showing the percentage of Bitcoin's market cap compared to every other cryptocurrency. So we go to like coinmarketcap.com And we see that Bitcoin has a market cap of $1.8 trillion. $1.8 trillion. And the total market cap of all crypto, how much is all of crypto worth? And it's all worth 3.26 trillion. So $3.2 trillion is if you add up the market cap of every cryptocurrency, right? And that's taking its price by its supply. That's what market cap is. It's supply times price. So Dogecoin, there's 147 billion Dogecoin multiplied by 31 cents gives you $45 billion. So you add up the market cap of all cryptos, of which there are over 2 million cryptocurrencies. So you add all that up and you get 3.2 trillion. And out of that 3.2 trillion, Bitcoin is 1.8. So you divide 1.8 by 3.2 and you get 58. So 58% of the whole crypto market is Bitcoin. And day after day, that fluctuates up and down, depending on the trading of Bitcoin's price versus all of the other cryptos' prices together. And that gives you what they call Bitcoin dominance. How much of the overall crypto market is Bitcoin? We go out to the weekly chart and we see back in 2014 through 2017, Bitcoin pretty much had over 90% of the market. That's all this up here. Bitcoin was over 90% of the entire crypto market. But then in 2017, we saw the Bitcoin dominance dropping because more and more were buying this Ethereum thing and these other altcoins or alternative coins. Altcoins means something other than Bitcoin, alternative to Bitcoin. That's where the term altcoin comes from. And because the market cap of all of these other altcoins started going up in relation to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dominance dropped down because Ethereum and other things were growing in price in 2017. So that gets us to the 60% level, which is this orange line here. And that's my line that's kind of make or break between Bitcoin and alts. So what we saw in 2018 in the bear market was that alts completely dumped in the bear market. Everyone was selling their alts. So Bitcoin's price held, even though Bitcoin's price was going down, it held better in terms of its value than the alts. The alts were much crazier, much more wild, and people were just dumping the alts. And so Bitcoin dominance, actually, I take that back. People were selling Bitcoin and they were still buying alts. So Bitcoin dominance went down to 35%. And that was the all-time low for Bitcoin dominance. Then in the bear market, 2018, that was the end of the bull market. And then Bitcoin dominance went back up because then the people were selling their alts. 2021, we saw this huge drop in Bitcoin dominance as things like Dogecoin took off. And that's right where this circle is here, right at that 60% mark. Dogecoin took off in price. A lot of alts followed, and then Bitcoin dominance dumped. 2022, we got into the bear market, and then it's just been this slow grind up in Bitcoin dominance through the bear market and into the pre-bull as Bitcoin went up in price, but the alts were still pretty stagnant. I fully expect we're going to see in 2025, Bitcoin dominance is going to drop back down probably into the 40s. I don't think it's going to go to 35 or even 40. maybe even only 50. I don't see it dropping like this again. But you never know. You never know. So that's my bit on Bitcoin dominance. Hope that helps. Not bad. Little education on a Friday afternoon. Will Doge retest 26 cents? If the market makers want to dump the market again to go and chase more leverage, it could. That's what it's all about. It's all about the leverage. And I've been saying that for months. That's what's driving the market. Now, events overcome that, like the election. You get a bunch of people buying. That overcomes all of that leverage stuff. Start an S Corp. Fund the corp. Pay yourself an income. Yeah, I'm past all of that. Peak. Doing great today. I know. Made it back up to 59. Also, will Doge go lower? Again, it's all going to be in the hands of the market makers and the leverage trades. If they want to dump it back down to 30.5, they could easily do that. We might see that overnight. All eyes on Doge. Hey, Michael. Yes, had a great holiday. I'd like to just forget the leverage trading and let's just go up in price. I would prefer that. Yeah, I don't know if Bitcoin dominance is even going to reach 45, but you're right. Don't be buying alts after that. If you're deciding what to buy, then it would be Bitcoin. But I think by then we're already into the beginning of a bear market, and I'm not going to be buying anything. So you're still trying to sell some peak. With the limit order, the spread drops. Yeah, typically the limit order, though, it hits your number and that's what you get. It just needs to go past it before you actually hit it. Typically, that's what that means on that spread. So if you want to sell at 59, let's say, the price would actually have to go up some percentage, like 5% over that, for your trade to actually hit. So like 61. So you won't get your 59-cent peak order filled until peak actually hits 61. Something like that. That's how they make their money. That's what it's all about. It's all about making money. And the exchanges will make money every way they can. And that's what they do. Robinhood does the same thing. Does exactly the same thing. There's some people talking about peak on YouTube. $5. I was saying $3. But I haven't talked about it on YouTube. I don't think it's not a big enough thing yet. But hey, nice people are talking about it. I'm glad we here got in early, right? Because I bought on day 2. Day 2. Never been in early on something like that before. So we'll see. KrissPax with the Dogecoin stacks. Thanks, Mikey. We're having fun here. Will Doge drop to 20 cents before going up to 60? I don't think so, Jim. I mean, we're looking at 30.5 as a good floor here. There's nothing really bearish coming up. We already had the big flush, earlier in the week. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, that's what we got for this week, guys. I'll be live next on Monday night, and it's going to be a later show than normal on Monday because I'm getting back from New York City, but looking forward to getting caught up on the weekend trading, everything that's been going on there. So I hope everyone does have a great weekend, and we'll see whether Doge can get up in price. I don't want it to drop really low so people can buy back in. I just want it to go. Let's just go, right? End the new year, or end this year with a big bang going into the new year. That'd be awesome. So hope everyone's well. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.